Hi, it's September 20th, and today we're going to talk about my tattoo removal. It's still totally there. So I have this account called Real Self. I'm pulling it up here. I'm just gonna read off of this. I am new to this YouTube video making thing, so this kind of just gives me like a structure I can read off of. Here. This is my page. I have about 100 pictures posted already, and you wouldn't even know I've had any sessions on it. I mean, you would if you've seen it before, but anyways. Okay, so backstory, I got the tattoo August 2018. Well, scratch that. I got this upper part a year prior to that. And then last summer, I got this inner sleeve, part of the sleeve, and then I got this piece last, which made me realize I didn't want any of them. That's a different story. So I got it in August, and then we had to wait. I think I waited 4 months, and then well, from the first day I got it, I knew I didn't want it. I came home and was crying, and it was just a bad idea. I was trying to do it for all the wrong reasons, to be honest, but anyway, I'm not going to go off on a tangent with that. We'll first of all just go through what I've had done so far on my tattoo. So December 8th, I had my first laser session. I had to wait a few months because the tattoo was so new. So the technician recommended that I wait for it to fully heal before starting the laser. My first update on Real Self was December 3rd. I wrote, "Today was my first laser removal session at Rethink Inc. I'll post my before picture now and update every treatment. Next one will be in the beginning of January. After getting 2 sessions on the top of my forearm, I will start the next session on my sleeve," which is a total lie. I have not done that. But here is the before picture before any laser sessions. This was the tattoo after it was fully healed from getting it tattooed. And then, so that was that. December 16th, so this was maybe like 2 weeks later. I'm freaking out, right? I wrote, "I'm really scared this is scarring on the outline. It's been 12 days since my laser session," which is like nothing. "Anyone else have this reaction, and does it go away? How long? I've been keeping it out of the sun, using a vitamin E oil on it, and I just want some peace of mind that it's normal." So yes, it is normal. Since then, I've learned that I don't know if you can even tell it's raised. I've learned that the ink expands and swells and all that jazz when the laser hits it, which is kind of just the reaction. I mean, the laser's attracted to the ink, so it's gonna do something. I can't remember if I updated when that raise started to go down. Doesn't look like it. I posted again January 21st, second session done. I decided to go to somewhere else, and I didn't go somewhere else because I thought that the girl who did my laser session the first time was doing a bad job. She only had a year of experience, which after doing some research and learning about how long it takes to actually remove a tattoo, having only a year of experience makes you realize that she has never really gone from start to finish with a full removal, because for the most part, if it's especially new ink, it's not going to take a year. It's probably going to take like 3 or 4 years, especially depending on what color and a lot of other things that go into it. But so I went to this other location. They actually went to the same schooling, so they had the same training, the same laser, everything like that. The only difference was that these guys had more experience, so they had been doing it for like 7 or 8 years, and I was like, okay. And they actually have an Instagram as well that has like real life before and after pictures, not just like the highlights of the Quanta Q Plus C. Like, you can Google Quanta Q Plus C on Google, and these pictures will pop up on the images. So it kind of made me feel like, are these even your clients, you know? Nothing against her. She was just, I felt like it probably would have took longer for her because she was brand new, and I think that she was scared to turn the laser up because she didn't want to have risks of scarring anybody, which, trust me, I don't want scars, but I do not want to milk it either. Does that make sense? But I went to the other location January. It was about 6.5 weeks later, which in the beginning with this laser, they say you can go 4, 6, 8 weeks. I don't think I could ever go 4 weeks. I think 6 is even too soon now that I look back at it. But in the beginning stages, your ink is in like a gel state under your skin, and it's in a gel state for probably about 10 years. And that's why when you see older tattoos and they are starting to fade and they look a little bit more worn in, it's because that gel turns into a solid, which then the bloodstream or the white blood cells in your bloodstream start to kind of chisel away at it and take bits by bits through your immune system. So really that's what the laser is doing, is just increasing like the momentum of that, because if you were to like live to be 200 years old, your tattoo would probably fade away, but that doesn't happen. So this next post says, decided to go to Clear Out Ink. Same laser, same training, plus more years of experience and real results from real clients posted on their Instagram. Next session is in 6 to 8 weeks, probably going to be this in the second week of March 2019. And then I posted some crazy swelling. I don't know if you can even see how swollen my elbow is there. That was 2 days after. Yeah. Okay. Now we are here 11 days post-treatment. I stopped taking fish oil because I thought it was making the line swell. I had talked to my laser guy, and he said that some certain vitamins can cause swelling, like more swelling. So I was like, well, I'm stopping that. These ones look super dark, and you can't even tell that it's starting to flake here in the camera, but yeah, it's super dark, like super black. I don't know if you can even see that. Like that compared to this now, it's a lot lighter. But moving on. 2 weeks post second treatment. Today feels 95% normal skin. A couple raised areas. I'm not even going to show you these pictures because they basically look the same. I even said that in the caption area, that I'm aware of all these appearing the same. I'm just updating for my personal record. 3 weeks, 3 days post second treatment. So here, Valentine's Day, I posted February 14th. Feeling defeated today. I hate not knowing what's going to happen when this is all over and when. Some days are harder than others. I just can't wait for my third session to hopefully start and see some positive change. March 9th can't come any faster. I posted a picture. My wrist is like I'm most self-conscious about, because I don't know if it's because my wrist, how it bends there, but the tattoo looks more like crinkled, I guess. Like it makes me feel like it's not, it's focusing. Like it doesn't feel smooth or like pretty skin, you know? Just makes me feel all messy. But that was only 3 sessions in. Here I am now, 6 sessions, so I've learned a lot since then. I posted a picture of my original. This was the day I got it tattooed. This was taken at the tattoo shop. I mean, it looks pretty cool alone, but if you put it with my whole sleeve, like the whole outside of my arm just doesn't make sense. Like I like the inside of my arm, honestly, but this just turned me off of the whole thing. I don't know what I'll end up doing, but I know for sure I have to get that bottom part off, because that's what just ruined it all for me. Here we go. Now, here we are, 16 days post third treatment. Looking forward to 4th session now. So I'm always looking forward to the next session. And here, I actually could start seeing some, right next to that dark leaf, you can see that line's starting to break up. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah. Anyway. That kind of made me feel like, okay, maybe it's gonna work. After like 50 years, but. 32 days post third treatment. I wrote skin feels pretty normal. Okay, April. This is when I bought a trampoline. I bought a little, it's over there right now. I bought a little single person trampoline just to do some bounding on, I guess. I saw that another guy on Real South who had really good results used it, and he did it about like 40 minutes a week, and I aim for 60 minutes. I'll do like 10 minutes or 20 minutes a day. Let me show you. I have a picture of it. It's just like that. But what that does is it helps your lymphatic system. So I exercise pretty much every day. Some weeks every day. Some weeks I'll take a day off. But exercising does help with that. But the lymphatic system does not pump itself. So if you're not active, or if you're not, basically if you're just not moving enough, then especially after tattoo removal, all your lymph nodes like swell up and hurt. Like I had them all like right here in my armpit, my throat. I know I'll get headaches sometimes, but I do notice since I've had the trampoline that when I jump, I don't get those side effects really anymore. Like I'll get them for maybe like a day, but they don't hang around. So I do use that, and I will continue to use that, even if it's not actually working to remove more ink, because it's supposed to help, you know, like that's what's removing the ink is your immune system and your lymphatic system, and all of that's just pumping it out. I don't know how much it actually helps with the ink, but I know it does help with my lymphatic system, and it's actually just very health beneficial to do, so I need all the help I can get. I did switch over to the Burt's Bees. It's actually for pregnant women, but I was using this just because it was more natural ingredients. I was trying to find something fragrance free and as natural as possible, because I know there's like some chemicals even in fragrance free lotions that are not ideal, especially I can't even think of the names, but I'll look those up for the next video. Here's a comparison photo here. It's even focusing in. And block it. Oh well. It's not much of a difference, but you can kind of see like the middle part of the flower is a little bit lighter. Okay, so before the 4th treatment, we got some good photos. Let's see. My fiance took these ones for me. We brought in the lights and everything. So this one actually looks really, this session healed really nicely. And just keep in mind, about every session was 7 weeks apart up until the summer hit, and then I took a 12-week break. That actually looks pretty dark there too. Oh, here's a good one. So look. This line right there, pretty filled in still, is the same line. See if I can do it this way. Let me flip this camera around. Right. Let's see. It's hard to do this with my left hand. Anyway, I'll insert a clip of that right here. Here, let's move on. We're almost there to my current status. Okay, so 11 days post 4th treatment. Started to get kind of scabby. 22 days post-treatment. Lines are still a little raised, keeping moisturized and out of the sun entirely. Keeping it clean and drinking lots of water. 5th session will be June 15th, which June 15th was my last session prior to the 12-week break. So, let's go. Another comparison photo. We don't need to show you that. It's not really much difference. 5th session happened this morning. We turned the laser up slightly and had a good reaction. So, here's a photo right before. You can see that. Okay. It might just be better for me to insert all the photos in between these. I'll see how it turns out. Maybe I'll have to do that instead. You probably like that better anyway. You can actually see it. 3 weeks and 2 days post 5th treatment. The next session I had scheduled was September 7th. That was my most recent. I went to that. Today's September 20th. And I'll just scroll down here and show you my most recent post. 6th session completed. So this was crazy. Put it in front of my face so you can actually see it. That was the day of... I have goosebumps because I was icing it every 20 minutes. Here's another one up close. Yeah, so we're about 2 weeks in to the healing process, and every healing process I've noticed has been different. So this time I did get baby blisters, and it wasn't until like a week after. So that was weird because I thought that the blisters come up within like the first 72 hours, and after that it's like you're done icing. And so I was kind of confused on that part, but the blisters have gone down now for the last couple of days, they still were flaring up during my workouts, but like once I cooled down and all of that, they kind of calmed down. I do want to show you what I've been using now to moisturize, because I did stop using that Burt's Bee last session. I now use, for aftercare, only this. I've been using this to wash it. I wash it twice a day with cold water. Don't scrub. I use this cup. I fill this with cold water because you're supposed to dilute that soap. It's very, you can use it for basically anything, but it's unscented, all of that. So it's just very concentrated, so you want to dilute it, and that's why I put it in that water. And then I use jojoba oil. Last session I started using jojoba oil only after the first 3 days of using Aquaphor, because for the first 3 days after it's been lasered, I do use Aquaphor, and then after that I'll start using just like unscented lotion. But I do cocktail that jojoba oil with this because last session, okay, so my camera got a little hot and turned off right there, but what I was saying is that last session I used only jojoba oil, which wasn't really penetrating the skin. The oil kind of just sits on top, so you need something else to mix with it. Jojoba oil's in a lot of lotions, and that was actually the last thing I was going to show you. Getting back up here is that for like I want to say 3 or 4 weeks after it heals on the outside, I started using this, and I actually found this on Real Self. It has a bunch of goodies in it. I don't think the ingredient list is on here, but anyway, I use that. That's that. Right now I'm still using the Aveeno and jojoba oil. We'll probably do that for the 4 weeks, and then I'll switch to that. Yeah. We'll go from there.